Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm, of course, your host, World of Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Caernarvon Action 10 and as well the Progetto 46. Both of these are Tier 8 vehicles, and honestly, both of them are borderline overpowered. The Action 10 has got one of the best guns for a Tier 8 heavy in the game. Great armor, great mobility, and pretty much everything you'd want for a Tier 8 heavy tank. And the Progetto has an auto-reloading gun, fantastic mobility, great penetration. Honestly, both of these vehicles are great, and for the price tag that Wargaming's asking, it's not too bad at all. It's 10,000 gold for the Caernarvon Action 10 and 8,500 for the Progetto. And combined, it's 17,500 for both vehicles, fully equipped with camouflages and as well boosters. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking into both of these tanks. I'm going to be telling you the strengths and weaknesses of both, letting you know my personal opinion if they are worth the gold. So stay tuned because we're going to be breaking into it in today's video. Now, as always, if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, as it helps out the channel a crazy amount. Now, when the Progetto first came into the game, and as well the Caernarvon, I do know for a fact the Caernarvon came in crates. I don't remember if the Progetto did. I actually feel like it didn't come in crates, but I'm not 100% sure on that. You never know with Wargaming, especially because the Progetto was a pretty OP tank, but at least I know the second time the Progetto came out, it was about $50, so it wasn't a bad tank on the price tag. It's just a really strong tank that, honestly, I'm surprised is only 7,500 gold now. So the Action 10 is also a ridiculously strong vehicle. It's got well, it's got pretty much everything going for it. You can see even climbing uphill right now, and obviously this isn't the steepest of gradients, but it's not a slow tank. It's able to stay upwards of about 30 kilometers per hour on any terrain, and just look at the aiming time. It really doesn't have an aiming time. This is probably, I've talked to many people on my personal opinion of this tank. I would have to rate this as one of the most overpowered Tier 8s in the game. Probably the most overpowered heavy at Tier 8 just because of everything it has going for it. Now, judging that the enemy Panther went that side, that means that probably their entire team is going that side. Which is bad for me because, well, okay, buddy. Okay. 517 as well. Wow, pretty dang high roll. Alright, well, we got the Panther over here. There's a nice snap into you. We've also got the IS-3 kind of waiting for me. The main guy I really don't want to get hit by again, though, is that Jagdpanther. I really don't want to lose another chunk of 500 hit points, so I'm going to push off to the side. My IS-3 just lost all of his health. That's not very good, but I'm going to push my tank over here. I think that this will be a decent position. Should be able to get some beefy shells into vehicles like the Panther on the enemy team. Ricochet, huh. Well, you know what? We got the IS-3 over here. There's one tap into the IS-3. We'll see if we can get any more out. Is he going to poke it? Ooh, there's two taps into the IS-3. Let's reload again and try and get our third shell out. There's three taps into the IS-3. Like, you can see where this tank's gun really starts to pump out that damage, as we've already taken a pretty big chunk off of the enemy team. That IS-3 is not liking me all too much, and well, we're going to see if we can keep pumping out this damage. Now, obviously, I got to be a little bit careful because I don't want to make a big mistake here. We do got that IS-3 still sitting here, though. Let's put on my adrenaline. There's one shell into the IS-3. There's two shells into the IS-3. Come on, let's keep going. There's three shells. Oh, boy. Come on, keep going. There's four. Oh, my God. This poor IS-3 is just being absolutely butchered. Well, there you go. That's just a couple shells from this tank into the enemy. And, well, we're just going to keep on dumping them out. There you go. There's the Panther, which honestly can't pen me even in the slightest. Then we've got, like, the IS-2 over here again. Like, look at how ridiculous this tank is. People don't realize the gun on this tank, but against a really not fantastic enemy team, it just completely beats them. And there's really nothing they can do. Just going to shoot you and keep on moving forwards again. Like, how much damage are we sitting at now? Let's find out. I'm sitting at 3273, and I'm not stopping anytime soon on that damage either. Man, that M4FL10 got some pretty nice snaps into that guy, though. Somehow my team is still dying, but, well, we're going to see what we can do. We've got the AMX off to the side over here. There's one shot into the AMX. Does he want more? Doesn't look like he does. Looks like he's already hurting quite hard from the first couple of shots into him. I know that Yag Panther's probably going to be waiting for me, but at the same time, I'm not super worried because, oh, he's not. He's not waiting in the slightest. So there's one shell into the rear of the Yag Panther, and obviously, because my reload's super duper quick, I'm going to out-reload before he's even able to turn around. So there you go, nice shots into you, and then all we've got is the Cheeto SPG and the AMX over here. There's one shot into the AMX, and let's keep on going. Here's Unero, yes, shell dose, 3, just the gun on this tank, again, it's just ridiculous. Here we go, and now we shall continue tapping this guy, boop, and, well, you're dead, I'm sorry, but this is the end of the line for you, AMX. There you go. So the first game played in the Action 10 was just ridiculous. Like, we did over 4,000 damage in this game, and this was actually a perfect example to show you 5,000 damage. Like, look at the ridiculous gun on this tank. We fired over probably 20 shells this game. We had 28 shells fired, 26 of them penned. We got 113,000 credits, and 5,000 damage later. You can see that. That's why I personally feel this is one of the most overpowered tier 8s in the game, and just to prove to you, yesterday when I played the Serpent, that was it. I played it in a training room, and that's all I did. So yeah, that's the Action 10. Now let's go on the Progetto, another really, really strong tank, one that a lot of people would argue is very overpowered. Now, first of all, on the Action 10, would I say it's worth the price? Honestly, I would to a certain degree. If you already have heavies that you like and you're comfortable with how you are in the game, I wouldn't suggest to buy it, because obviously buying stuff in this game is still costing you real life money. And at that point, I wouldn't want anybody to be forced upon buying a vehicle even if you think it's overpowered. But if you do have the money lying around and you're like, well, I've been waiting for this tank for a long time, is it worth the price, is it good? Then I would say yes. And that's also kind of the same opinion for the Progetto. This vehicle has the auto reloading capabilities, and it's got the highest alpha for an auto reloader in tier 7. Not tier 7, well, I guess if it played against tier 7s, but as well tier 8, losing my mind. It's got 240 alpha, which means that you outtrade most tier 8s as it is, especially mediums. But as well, because it's sitting at 240 alpha, it's also got a pretty big chunk of clip potential, over 700. So that's a really nice thing on its own. It's got a very, very quick intra-clip reload, and it's just such a strong vehicle. You can see here that great mobility, easily climbing up the hill. While the power-to-weight ratio isn't as good as the Pantera's, the intra-clip is better by about half a second, which in a whole clip is about a second faster in total. That is a bit of time faster. Sorry if I do cut out on my voice there a little bit. It is early in the morning, and I need to rush this video at least a little bit because, well, yeah, I go to work in literally 40 minutes. So I got to make a thumbnail, got to get this video out, just voice my opinions on both these vehicles pretty quickly. Let's see. So obviously the enemy team, because, yeah, there we go. There's one shot into the IS-8. You can see there, pretty nice gun on the accuracy. Let's see, so we got the M46 Patton off to the side, and now that we've gotten all 3 shells loaded, there's 1 into him, and there's 2 into him, and there's 3. There you go. That's 1,000 damage we've dealt now in the entire game so far, and we start reloading our shells once again. That is where this tank becomes extremely strong. Like, we've already gotten 2 shells loaded back into this tank, and now all we do is we plop this corner, there's 1 shell out, and there's 2, and then we back up, and that's it. That's already, again, another 400 damage, and then we just keep going. This is why I always found the Progetto a super ridiculously strong vehicle. Now, of course, the enemy IS-6 might be a little bit of a deadly vehicle, but we'll see if my VK wants to poke this. I don't really want to poke that. I'm not in the mood to lose hit points yet today, so I'll just keep shooting here, wait for maybe my 704, somebody else to move. Come on, VK, poke it. Yes, there you go, VK. All right, we've also got, like, the ISU. Oh, I don't want to get hit by the ISU. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. And that's, like, a huge chunk, again, off of the enemy ISU. Now, with the FCM over here, that's going to be a bit of a annoying tank to deal with. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to drive away, and I'm going to start to push off to the side. Obviously, the enemy team just lost, like, all their health, and with that, I'm not really super worried about them anyway, but let's go for, like, the Yag Panther here. He's going to shoot me, and, well, we're going to get 1, 2, and 3. There you go. There's pretty much all that Yag Panther's hit points gone again, and even though if he's going to hit me, we're just going to keep on racking out this damage. There's another nice tap into him. Oh, that's going to hurt. Yeah, I got very lucky that that guy did not one-shot me, but goodbye, comrade. Won't miss you in the slightest. Man, that ISU had Had a real hard one for me there. Alright, well, let's reload here. We're sitting at around 3,200 damage so far. Pretty dang good. And again, just reload that clip. Now there's the VK100, which is a one-shot for us. And as well, we've got the IS-6 over here. Now the IS-6, I've got a complete easy clip on the side of. So there's one. Here's two. And let's get that third one out. Come on. And three. There you go again. That's 4,000 damage now we've broken in this game. Like, you can see where both of these tanks are ridiculous. Honestly, I could average easy 3k in the Progetto, and that's honestly the same for the Action 10. Just both of these tanks are ridiculous in their aspects. And all we gotta do now is we gotta plop up to the side of this VK. Let's do that. Oh, he was looking at me. I didn't realize that. And boop! Ah, we didn't get the shell out. But, again, I can't complain. We did over 4,000 damage with this game. And you can just see how both of these tanks are ridiculously strong. So, what do I have to say? Honestly, I think that the $17,000 gold bundle, should I say, is 100% worth it. If you have the gold lying around, and if you've been waiting for overpowered tanks, I would highly suggest to get this because one's a really fast auto-reloading vehicle, and one's a ridiculously overpowered tier 8 heavy tank. Now, that doesn't mean that if you're bad at the game, you're going to do well in these vehicles. That means that if you enjoy certain tanks and you're pretty well at the game, you'll be doing amazing in these two tanks. So, as always, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye!